Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. How y'all doing this afternoon, this evening? Wherever you at in the world, whether you in the West Coast, East Coast, up north, down south, Midwest, how y'all doing? Welcome to Freedom's March, where every day we march one step closer to freedom, baby. Every day, one step closer. This, wow, this is pretty unprecedented, man. So over 2 years ago, like, what the fuck? I don't know why this keep happening. Like, I roll down this goddamn road every day. I've done live streams down this fucking road, like multiple times, without having these many goddamn problems. Anyway, oh shit, man. Anyway, over 2 years ago, I was doing a rucking live, and I was talking about the face flags, right? Excuse me. I was explaining how this is crazy. I was explaining how in a study they did that actually the CDC had put out that people who always wore a face flag, was hospitalized 70% of the time. So 70% of the people who were hospitalized for that thing, right? The thing that they make a big old stink about that might have leaked from a lab. 71% of people who always wore a face flag were hospitalized with the very thing you were wearing a face flag to protect against. And even before that, I was saying that this shit is not going to work for that. And it's not because I'm a doctor, right? It's not because of that. It's because I actually have some knowledge on face flags and what they're supposed to do, what levels of face flags you need to wear, what type of respirator, what type of this, what type of that. You would essentially, to stop something like that, right, from getting in your system through your airway, right, you would need hold on, you would need a closed system where you're getting oxygen from a machine. But anyway, I said that. And I talked about that on that Rucking live stream, and they took my video down and gave me a strike. They gave me a strike. Now here we are 2 years later. Lo and behold, motherfucking face flags don't work. Never did. Not against the Modelo 19. Face flags never stopped Modelo 19. It was never going to stop Modelo 19. They knew it wasn't going to stop Modelo 19. They told you that it wouldn't stop Modelo 19 before they made the mandates. Before they went back and said, oh, you know what? Y'all got to wear face flags again. All this money that our extortion dollars went toward purchasing PPE for hospitals and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Putting people in panic mode because they were saying, oh, well, we only have so many of these things. Like, and it's just useless. People are driving in the car by themselves, wearing the shit, driving. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside exercising. I'm outside rucking, getting some beautiful sunlight, beautiful fresh air. Because I ain't gonna lie. When those streets weren't being crowded by all these goddamn vehicles in Los Angeles, the air was lovely. The air was lovely. It was like, okay. And they weren't spraying for a while. So we had a little bit of relief and we had a little bit of fresh air going on. But everybody outside wearing face flags, people going crazy, spitting in people's faces because they're not, like, causing big ass commotions because you're not wearing a face flag, you're doing this, like, and it here we are They can finally tell us them motherfuckers don't work. Them motherfuckers never work. Not the paper ones, not the cloth ones, not the surgical ones, and not even the N95s. Y'all know that? Check out your boy John Campbell, Dr. John Campbell, who covered this and did a video about it. I'll post it in the description, or I'll put it in the community tab. Even he thought that the face flags would work, and he's a doctor, and he had to eat crow and say that he was wrong and apologize like the the excellent, like the great guy he is. I can tell Dr. John Campbell is a stand-up guy. Stand-up guy as he is, came out and apologized multiple times in that video for telling people that face flags fucking worked. That should tell you something, right? That should tell you something. If they could fool doctors into believing this nonsense, if they could get these doctors, Dr. John Campbell is a very intelligent man, very has a lot of common sense, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, very inquisitive, but he's a doctor. And if they could fool him into believing that the face flags would actually work, forego years and decades of medical training, where I believe he actually cared about healing patients, whatever. He believes in certain things. He believes in hokey pokeys for other illnesses and all that. Hey, but they were able to get him to tell people that the face flags work. So whenever you see these people, when you try to argue this type of shit, and they appeal to the expert, like, okay, well, this expert said this and that, so therefore that's what it is. Well, guess what? Doctors are human beings. They can be wrong. They can be influenced. You know what I mean? They can be manipulated. Many of these doctors were manipulated into setting certain respirators to the wrong setting, which blew out quite a few lungs and killed people. Nurses and lobotomists, not phlebotomists, my bad, phlebotomists, you know, the people that do shit with the blood, they were tricked into believing that, well, you don't need to aspirate the needle before you inject this stuff into someone's intermuscular structure. No, you don't have to do that. Where it's for decades they've been practicing, you know, nurses and phlebotomists and all these people that collect blood, or not to collect. What am I talking about? That wouldn't be a phlebotomist. Inject this stuff that have been doing it for decades of their career. Knew that, hey, I need to aspirate this goddamn the syringe to ensure that it does not enter the bloodstream. But they forewent that because they were told to do that. They were told, oh no, don't worry about that. And then how many times have they injected this shit into people's bloodstream directly? And even if you don't inject it directly, it can still get in their system, still get in their blood. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about face flags right now. Face flags don't work. They tricked many doctors into believing that the shit worked. And they came out and said, oh, you know what? Never mind. How many lives were ruined by these face flags? Because people didn't want to wear them. People were getting sick. People were catching Legionnaire's disease. So not only does shit not work, they don't want to talk about the damage wearing these face flags all the damn time could do. But I can tell you, because you know why? Not because I'm an expert, but because I've had to deal with this shit. I had to take training because I had to work around asbestos, because we were working in old ass buildings, you know, doing electrical work in old ass buildings, doing some retrofitting. And you would have to go into walls and ceilings where there is asbestos, and they break it down, right? Uh, so asbestos is very tiny, right? It's microscopic, and these things go through paper mask and N95 mask. They go through You know, they go through the regular ass mask. They go through a regular ass respirator. You need you need at least a half mask with the canister motherfucking goddamn filter and a clean shaven face to ensure a proper seal. Because asbestos is going right through a regular ass mask. Am I back? I can't tell. Usually it tells me to reconnect when the shit gets back straight. But asbestos, viruses are smaller than asbestos fibers. That's what made it click in my to work around asbestos. I had to wear half mask with the canisters. I had to be clean shaven around about here so that I can get a proper seal. Because those fibers will go right. If you got any hair and that thing ain't sealing properly, the asbestos get right in there. They go through cloth masks, they go through surgical masks, they go through the N95 respirators. That shit don't work. Excuse me, for asbestos. It barely works. You know, a respirator will work for silica dust, right? You know, but you would have to wear like an N95 respirator, which is the regular shit. But for something like asbestos fibers, you need an N95 mask, or you need a half mask with the canisters, with the HEPA filters, right? Because the fibers will go right through that regular shit. And viruses are smaller than motherfucking asbestos fibers. That's how I knew. That's how I knew for sure. I didn't have to have a doctor tell me shit. I didn't have to have a scientist tell me shit. Because look, one, I already know viruses. I know how small viruses can be. You know, if it's a virus, it's tinier, it's smaller than bacteria, right? And I know the viruses are smaller than asbestos. Yo, I don't know what's going on with this goddamn shit. But you know, I knew that in order to even get to be able to wear uh a a half mask with the HEPA filters, you had to get a fit test. You had to blow into a tube to ensure that your lung capacity could handle wearing that shit. And not only that, you were only supposed to wear it like 15 minutes at a time. Then you're supposed to go take like a 10-15 minute break to get some fresh air. But that that was what was needed for asbestos fibers, right? Not sure if a virus could get through. Man, you know, I'm getting tired of shit. Yeah, Rashad Givens, Jimmy, Kelvin Black was good. I gotta get off this thing, man, because this shit tripping, and I'm at the apartment now, so I'm gonna go on ahead and roll on off of here. Maybe I'll pick it back up tomorrow. But the bottom line is, man, you know, this shit's a dub. Whatever they right, a dub when the shit is just not good. They call that a dub. Am I right? I'm trying to be hip like y'all. But anyway, trying to tell you, man. I told you. I done told you. I tried to told you. And y'all knew. Y'all knew what was up. Y'all didn't believe it either. Y'all knew that the goddamn face flag didn't work. All right. I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this live, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and completely get rid of it and try again tomorrow.